Good morning everybody, and welcome to another video from RUMOURS. So today we're going to be talking about Russian women. What do Russian women actually want? So guys, I can almost hear you screaming at me now, money! But is it really true? There's a lot of terrible stereotypes about Russian ladies, but it's not until you actually go to Russia and you spend time there with the Russian ladies that you realize that the vast majority of these terrible things they say about them are absolutely true. Anyway guys, I'm kind of joking. I mean, there's only a handful of stereotypes about Russian ladies. The biggest one probably is they're only interested in your money. Number two, they don't smile. Number three, maybe compared to Western women, they dress like prostitutes. Number four, I don't know, they wear leopard skin underwear. Now guys, there's a lot of truth in the rumors about Russian women and how they're only interested in money because it's a more traditional society in Russia. So the man is expected to be the provider, the breadwinner, where the woman is supposed to be more feminine, you know, staying at home, cooking and looking after the kids. Anyway guys, so Western women are a bit different. They've got their own cash a lot of the time, so they're not quite so obsessed about getting their grubby paws on your assets. Now guys, dating Russian ladies can be an absolutely wonderful experience because they're often beautiful, feminine, traditional, they take care of themselves. But you know, it's a two-way street, so you've got to pay the cost to be the boss. Anyway guys, I've got to get out of this botanical garden. I feel like a bit of a puff, to be honest. I think you should only go to a botanical garden with a lady. What else do Russian ladies want, and do we give a shit? Anyway chaps, I tell you what I do know about Russian ladies. They're looking for a strong man. And it's not just about being physically strong. You need to have strong character as well. You need to be her rock. She needs to depend on you for almost everything. Anyway guys, so most Russian ladies want the strong and silent type man. Who errs on the side of stoicism, and he shouldn't be too much of a blabbermouth or too emotional because she doesn't want to hear him blabbering on about his feelings and emotions like a Western man. As I said, she looks at him as a pillar of strength, and he's the one that she should be going to with her emotions and problems. Okay, so another thing that Russian ladies want is a family-orientated man. So the vast majority of Russian ladies want to have a family. Now everyone, if you were to ask a Russian lady what she wants from a man, and I don't recommend you do this, or maybe you look at a online dating profile, always says the same thing. I want a strong man. I want a good man. I want a loyal man. I want a smart man, but it always means the same thing. Anyway guys, going back to what we were talking about before and paying the cost to be the boss. When you're dating a Russian lady, she expects you to pay for everything most of the time. So this can come as a shock to Westerners because it's not like that here in the Western world, because as I told you before, women here, they have their own money, but in Russia it's not always the case. But sometimes even if a Russian woman's rich, she still expects you to pay. Now everybody, sometimes you'll be on a date and a lady will offer to pay for herself, which is a very nice sign. You might choose to reject her offer and pay for everything anyway to show that you're the gentleman, but nevertheless, it's a very nice gesture, and it shows you that she's a normal girl and not just a freeloader. Russian ladies want is a hard-working man. If you go to Moscow in the daytime, there won't be men hanging around in cafes and stuff like that you get in other countries. No, Russian men are working very, very hard. So Russian women like this because they want a provider, and a provider's got to go out there, work hard, make loads of money and provide for the family. So guys, even if you're not a hard worker, I suggest that you pretend that you are, because if she thinks you're not working hard all day, she'll think you don't have any money, maybe you live with your mother, maybe you're chasing skirt all day and night.
Yeah, what do you do all day? Not that much. Right now I sit around pretending that I'm busy.
How do you pull that off?
I always look annoyed. Yeah, when you look annoyed all the time, people think that you're busy. Think about it.
Yeah, you do. He looks very busy.
Okay, chaps, so another thing that Russian ladies absolutely love is gifts. So they're like little kids at Christmas when it comes to gifts. So it doesn't need to be an expensive gift. It can be something you picked up at the airport, some little trinket, souvenir type thing like London Bridge or whatever, or even some fridge magnet sometimes. But obviously if you take her something nice when you go to Moscow or Belarus or Ukraine, perfume is a very nice one. She's going to think very highly of you. So guys, the next thing along the lines of gifting is flowers. Oh my God, you would not believe how much women love flowers in Russia, Ukraine, Belarus. So yeah, like I was saying, Russia, very traditional society. They love flowers. Not so much in the West. In the West, she could almost accuse you of being a misogynist for buying her flowers. Okay guys, so you have to understand the power of flower, okay? So when I first started going to the former Soviet Union, I was in Ukraine years and years ago. I remember this situation when I was on the street talking to this girl, and it wasn't going very well. She was acting quite disinterested in me, and then this babushka came along with flowers, and I thought to myself, well, they're really cheap. I've got nothing to lose. She doesn't like me anyway, so I bought her these flowers, and oh my God, the change was absolutely incredible. So you'll see when you're walking around Russia or Ukraine or Belarus, a lot of men are walking around with flowers. Now, if you walk around with flowers in England, you feel like a bit of a puff, to be honest. You know, you're like hiding them up your jacket when you're walking down the street. You're hanging them downwards so it doesn't look like you're presenting them to somebody. But in Russia, you'll see flower sellers everywhere, men walking down the street proudly holding these flowers. So guys, if you play your cards right with Russian ladies, you buy her a nice bunch of flowers, she can remember you for the rest of her life. It's like I was saying, Russian ladies are very traditional and romantic, so they love gifts and candlelit meals and evening walks and all that kind of stuff. Now guys, I'm sad to say that here in the UK that kind of behavior is dying out because feminism and chivalry are pretty much mutually exclusive. If there's one thing that a Russian lady hates more than anything else, it's a stingy man. So yeah, I find Russian men are a lot more generous with ladies than their Western counterparts. So even if a guy doesn't have money in Russia and he's on a date with a girl he really, really likes, he's going to spend down to his last penny with her. Whereas the Western man's like, shall we go Dutch? Anyway guys, the basics with Russian ladies is not that difficult. It's really a case of telling them what they want to hear, and I don't mean lying, but being a little bit creative with the truth is okay sometimes. And they're doing exactly what the same. They're telling you what you want to hear. So guys, I think that's about it for today. I've given you enough free information, so hit the comments and tell me whether you think I'm wrong or right. And also guys, if you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. And if you could, sign up to be a Patreon or buy me a coffee. So yeah, it was a pleasure to have you with me today, and take care of yourselves wherever you are in the world. And look out for that next video from Tall Travels, alright? Bye. Wow guys, look at that, the little pink door. That sounds quite rude.